In today's video, we're going to talk about how to build your spiritual council, also called your recovery council. Now, this is a tool that's referred to in our fellowship-approved book, Think and Grow Rich, where the author imagines having a council of his most trusted advisors to whom he can pose questions and receive guidance and feedback. I'm going to show you how to take this very simple technique, add spirituality to it to make it a spiritual technique, and then how to apply it to help you become more prosperous and to do your step work. If you're interested in tools and spiritual techniques, much like the one we're going to talk about today, I would encourage you to subscribe to our channel and also to click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time Financial UA posts a new video and you can be one of the first people to see it. Hey, welcome! My name is Jay from Baltimore, Maryland, and I want to welcome you to the Financial UA General Service Office. Come on in and grab a seat. Let's get this meeting started. In this video, we're going to refer to the book Think and Grow Rich a couple of times. If you're interested in getting a free copy of that book, you are most welcome to do that by looking in the description box and clicking the link which will allow you to download a free copy. You can also go onto the financialua.org website and click one of the links on the very first page of our website, which will again allow you to download a free copy of Think and Grow Rich. At various points in the book Think and Grow Rich, the author Napoleon Hill talks about how he would imagine himself to meet with his imaginary council or his advisory council. One way we could refer to that using 12-step recovery language is our Council of Trusted Servants, our Recovery Council, or our Group Conscience Council. All of these are interchangeable terms that all refer to creating the same kind of phenomena. Imagining yourself as being the center of a spiritual group, and then imagining having a series of people, they could be living or they may have passed. Each person on this council will represent something special to you. They may represent leadership or creativity or being an entrepreneur or an innovator or just being a powerful spiritual presence. However you choose your council is completely up to you. But I'm going to show you exactly how to do that and how to use your council, much like the author in Think and Grow Rich used his council. And Napoleon Hill would imagine himself sitting at the head of a table, surrounded by 9 other people. All of those people were members of his imaginary council. The author talks about sitting down and imagining being at this council table, surrounded by these incredibly visionary, intelligent, creative, entrepreneurial figures from our history, and having a dialogue with them, essentially holding a group conscience, or you might even say a pressure relief group. But by having those members as part of his council, he could summon them spiritually and draw upon their strength and their character assets to help him creatively come up with solutions to the various problems that he faced. He would imagine himself posing questions to his council and receiving feedback from his council. As he practiced this technique over time, his earning power started to flow through his imagination, so that his imagination would speak to him through the different characters. As the author encountered problems in life that seemed to have specific qualities that his imaginary council could address, he would direct the problem to specific council members that he knew possessed the positive character attributes to be able to best address that issue. In modern times, in Financial UA, we utilize the tool of a pressure relief group. And one of the rules of thumb for selecting the members of your pressure relief team are to pick people who have what you want. Much the same way as you might pick a sponsor. You pick someone who has what you want. Perhaps they have the prosperity that you want, or the leadership that you want, or the creativity you want, or the ability to connect with their earning power and their higher power, much in the same way that you would like to be able to connect with your earning power and higher power. So in your team, you can imagine yourself selecting people who have the strengths and character assets that you would like to be able to channel and absorb. Now, when we use this technique in recovery, a technique is only so good as the power that drives it. And in most cases, when people use a technique, they use their willpower as the driving force behind the technique. What I'd like to propose that in Financial UA, we're going to spiritualize the technique. We're going to channel higher power into the technique so that the technique becomes a spiritual technique. And it becomes much easier for us to utilize within a recovery environment. Now it's time for our 7th tradition. Every Financial UA meeting ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. There are no dues or fees for Financial UA membership. All of our meetings are completely free to attend, both over the phone and face-to-face. Please keep in mind that we do have expenses, such as covering the cost of our website, developing new literature, and maintaining our service office. If you would like to make a 7th Tradition donation, you can click the PayPal link below or visit our website at financialua.org. and click the Donate button. You can also support this program by purchasing a copy of our Financial UA 12-Step Workbook or our Financial UA Traditions Workbook. Also, you can help us carry the message by subscribing to our channel and even by sharing this video with your sponsor or sponsee. Lastly, please consider clicking that like button and give us a big thumbs up for service. Now I'd like to show you exactly how to form your own imaginary council. So first, I want you to just imagine in your mind 5 people that you believe really represent what recovery and prosperity look like. These people could be living or they may have passed, but in some way, shape, or form, these 5 individuals really capture what the connection of recovery and prosperity looks like. When you think of these individuals, it's clear to you that they channel earning power, they channel spiritual power. Their ability to connect God, money, and spirituality is intact. But even if you choose council members who only are prosperous, that's okay too. You can pick anybody you want to be on your spiritual council. You might, for example, select half of the council to be prosperous business people and the other half to be very spiritual philanthropist humanitarians. Again, it doesn't matter. The selection of your advisory council is completely up to you. So I'm going to propose that you select 5 individuals, and if you can, get an image of each of those 5 people. The easiest way I found is just to go on the internet, do a random search of the name of that person, and then click image, and it will show you photographs of that person, usually portrait images of the person that you would like to connect with. Print out a photograph of that portrait and then start placing them on your wall. And you may also take photographs of other people, maybe friends or relatives, or an inspirational parent, or somebody that you love, somebody that fills you with energy, that when you think about them and meditate on them, you can feel the love, the spiritual energy, the caring, the higher power energy flows through the memory when you look at the picture. So again, pick anybody you want. So let's start picking a few people. And we're going to go in this direction, starting from my right, around me to my left. First, we'll go here. So now we have a series of individuals who all have a historical or very spiritual or powerful leadership significance to them. And we have 5 individuals total. Now we're going to pick person number 6. And for person number 6, I would like to encourage you to pick a photograph of your inner child. And we'll put that right here. Here we have Jimmy Carter, John Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, Bob Ross, Dr. Martin Luther King, and a photograph of my inner child, which is actually a photograph of my child self. At this point, I now have my recovery counsel in place, and I would encourage you to consider having a dedicated space in your home that you can designate as being your recovery laboratory or your recovery shrine or whatever you want to call it, but it's a dedicated, specific space where you can focus on doing your recovery work in Financial UA. And also in that space, you can post the images of your recovery counsel and leave them hanging so they are ready and prepared to help give you counsel whenever you have a question that you may need to pose to them. So let's just practice doing that right now. So I have a counsel up. I'm going to start posing questions to my council members, and I'll meditate for just a moment and feel if I can spiritually connect with each one of these individuals, and then try to channel the voice or the guidance that they might offer me if they were truly here, present in the room with me right now. So let's start with John Kennedy right here. So my question is, how can I get more customers in my business? President Kennedy, how might I get more customers in my business? Well, Jay, what I suggest is that you focus on being a trusted servant. Being of service to people in your country will allow you to be a trusted servant, and as you are a good and trustworthy servant, you will attract more people who can be your customers. Okay, that's interesting. So for me, on the inside, I felt like I could connect with some part of the spirit of John Kennedy and channel his guidance. Although my imitation of him was poor, still I feel like I could get the message he was trying to give me, which is to focus on being a trusted servant to the people in my country. Let's try another person. Let's choose Abraham Lincoln. President Lincoln, how might I attract more customers? Well, Jay, you may be of service to your country by respecting and honoring the equality of all men and all women, the equality of all people across all races and nationalities. Respect all people, and they will feel your respect and interact with you and be drawn to you because they sense your goodwill and your harmony. Your willingness to connect with and respect with all people will draw your customers to you. Okay, so I'm out of character now. So I felt like just for a moment I was able to connect with President Lincoln, and I feel like the message he had to give me was that I should respect the worthiness and equality of all people, and in so doing, people out in the world will sense that and be drawn to me and become my customers. Now let's try it with Bob Ross. Well, first of all, let's focus on painting some happy little trees. I'm just kidding. But in your world, you're creative, and you can create your world to be anything that you want it to be. So there are no mistakes in your world. You can focus on just allowing things to happen, being creative, channeling the creative, loving energy of this world, and allowing simple things to occur. What might seem like a mistake can actually turn out to be a happy accident. So there are no mistakes. Allow yourself to be creative and allow yourself to experience the joy of painting. Okay, well that's interesting. So I felt as if for a moment when I posed the same question of how I can receive more customers, I felt like Mr. Ross was suggesting that I just focus on connecting with joy and creativity and allow myself to channel that out into the world in my creative work, and then people will be drawn to that. Now, let's pose the same question to Dr. King. Dr. King, how might I attract more customers? In this world, all people are equal. All people need to be shown equality and respect. You must respect the dignity of all individuals, and they will be drawn to you. Okay, I'm sensing a common theme here. What all of my advisors are telling me and encouraging me to do is to focus on first being a trusted servant and to respect and value the worth and dignity of all people I encounter, especially my customers or my clients. And as I respect and show them respect their worth and dignity, I'll attract them and other people to me so that I can get more customers. Now, I'd like to ask my inner child the same question. Little J, how might I attract more customers? Focus on love. Focus on sharing your love. Focus on being kind. Focus on healing yourself and other people. Be gentle with others. Be caring and nurturing. And most importantly, have fun. Wow, that was really kind of touching. I felt like my inner self, my little J, was really suggesting that I try to stay in touch with what it feels like to have fun and to be caring and to love and be loved. Really, to nurture and parent and care for that inner part of myself. And as I can do that and I identify with those feelings, I can care for, nurture, and help other people as well. So I can go around all the members of my council posing different questions and receiving their feedback, their guidance and counsel. And if I were to write all of those suggestions that they had for me down in my recovery notebook, over time I'll see a common pattern, I'll see a common thread, and I'll see the answer in the various shares that the different members of my council are offering to me. What I'd like to encourage you to do is to select your council and get some images. It's very easy to do, to search any individual you want, whether it's a historical figure or a spiritual figure or perhaps a religious figure or a family member or a friend, but anybody who inspires and motivates you in a spiritual or prosperous way. See if you can get a photograph of them, put them up on your wall, and they can be a part of your council. And then, as time goes by, you can practice the concept of rotation of service, meaning you can take members off your council and add new members onto your council if you feel like they have positive things to offer you in terms of the guidance that they would offer you when you ask them questions. So, this is a great technique. It was used by Napoleon Hill. I've used it for many, many years, at least 25 years, and it's helped me enormously. Personally, these individuals are not specific members of my council, but just for today, as I was searching through these images, each one of them resonated with me and sort of spoke to me, and so that's why I printed them out. And so they are serving as my council just for today. And then I have another council that I typically use, so you can exchange members whenever you need to. If you like this idea of having your imaginary council of trusted servants, please do consider giving us a big thumbs up for service. And if you have ideas about topics that you would like for us to cover in the future, please leave those suggestions in the comment section below. Now it's time for sharing. Who'd like to take a share? In the comments section below, please leave your experience, strength, and hope about what it was like for you to build your council of advisors. Would you like to share about who you chose? Or if you wish, you can keep them anonymous. Did you have specific questions that you wanted to pose to your council? Did you have a good experience? Where did you post the photographs in your home? Are you using a recovery shrine or perhaps your recovery laboratory? Did you put the photographs up on your wall, or do you create a montage or a collage maybe on your computer, on your desktop? However you do it is all good. It's all about what makes sense and works for you. So please share your experience with that so that other members can learn from you. And of course, if you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up for service and consider subscribing to our channel. And of course, click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time Financial UA posts a new video and you can be one of the first people to see it. As we move towards closure, please visit us at www.financialua.org or email us at financialua@gmail.com. Now let's close with our prosperity prayer. God, grant us a serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, the wisdom to know the difference, and the prosperity to afford it. Awesome. Hey, thanks so much for joining us and helping to hold this space for healing and recovery. Please help us carry the message by subscribing to our channel and sharing this video with others. And most important, keep coming back. Have a great day, everybody.
God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, courage to change the things we can, wisdom to know the difference, and the prosperity to afford.